There is a saying by one esteemed Carl Jung that goes, until you make the unconscious conscious, it'll direct your life and you'll call it fate. A lot of the work that we do together is actually about reprogramming our subconscious and rebuilding our neural pathways to get what we're looking for. When all thoughts, actions, and intent aligns, you make outcomes happen. That's how we do it here through focus. Success in the things we're trying to achieve is just applied focus over time. Delayed gratification and applied focus over time, right? So in today's container call, the focus of the brotherhood right now isn't about fixing ourselves, but seeing what's running, what's looping, and how we can make different decisions to attract different outcomes. All right. So it's about seeing what's running you and choosing differently. To get us grounded, I want us to now take a moment, take a breath. Whatever kind of week you've had, good or bad, I want you to be present. Just put it down here. There's no need to be impressive. There's no need to perform. We are here just to be honest. Just as a men's group, being honest. That is all. So, I'm going to go around the group and I want one word for how you're arriving today. I'll start. And I'll go around in the order that men are presenting on screen. I'm arriving determined. Community leader F, what you got?
I'm arriving great.
Leader Ali, what you got?
Say inspired. Inspired's the best one.
Rowan, what you got?
Open.
Alex, what you got?
Hopeful.
Beautiful. Powerful. The quality of your presence determines the quality of the space we create. Now, what I want to do is go around and I want one genuine win and one thing you're grateful for. Right, I'll go first. Boys, remember when I made a statement that the quality of your relationships determines your life, and the thing that will tank your life faster than everything is a toxic relationship. All of you who are my men in my men's group know I was in a toxic kind of business partnership last year, which led to more issues than I could possibly even list. The destruction that happens is downstream. You realize that commitments haven't been followed. You realize that there's debt going on. You realize that this didn't get filed, that didn't get filed. The level to which a dysfunctional person wraps them around yourself and pulls you into their abyss is rather unimaginable. Never again am I going to let that happen, and my inner commitments to ensure that I notice those red flags and never fall into that again. One of the problems that it created was I wasn't too sure when I have to leave Mexico. And believe me, being abroad and not knowing if you've overstayed or what's going to happen isn't a fun feeling. As you can imagine, stress was through the fucking roof. Yeah. Not knowing what's going to happen if I've overstayed, not knowing if I have overstayed, not knowing when my leave date is. It was a very tense scenario. 5 years as a performance coach, I know a lot about the game of stoicism and emotional control. So I showed up every day and just did what I have to do. The win, the thing I'm grateful for. A lot of the work that I'm doing at this particular season of my life is about abundance, is about letting go, is about, as you see with all the coaching that we're doing together is through intention shifting, allowing better outcomes to come to us. My intention, clear in my mind, was just one thing. The world is abundant, and I know I arrived in November, and I know, even though the authorities forgot to stamp my passport, if I speak to them, they'll give me the maximum amount of allowance here. They'll let me stay for 6 months. That was what I had in my head. I had the specific date in my head that I'll leave in May, which is even more time than I need. That was in my head, and I was doing the subconscious affirmations that I've got Alex doing twice a day, that I've got my man Rohan doing every day. Yeah, I was just doing those, boys, and going for these walks and listening to the same affirmation that I've got my boys doing. And when it was my date, when my appointment with the authorities was due, which was a few days ago, I just got the Uber, went over, was seen immediately. They got the passport out. They looked at a few things. 2 minutes later, they said, no problem, stay 6 months. And that was it. The relief, the total relief that washed over me was, you could feel it coming off me. It was magnetic. The lesson: what you fear is what you bring in. What you intellectually wrap yourself over is what you create. You boys all know me. You know my past was a lot of struggle, a lot of difficulties. And when I lived every day thinking, oh my God, this is so hard, all it created was more struggle. All it created was a lack of gratitude. And it created unnecessary tension. Shifting my entire belief system and even how I think and operate and how we all as a group come together and the ideas that we coalesce around, and going off trust, faith, that if we let go, great things will happen. Magic is starting to happen in my life. Absolute magic. And for that, I'm grateful. I know that's a bit long-winded, but I wanted to share that on this week's call because I thought it was incredible learning and insight. And all of you boys, as we do this work together and reprogramming our subconscious for success, are going to have the same experience. So thank you for listening. And the next in the chair, community leader Ash. One genuine win and one thing you're grateful for.
The win would be to start the business academy course that you suggested.
Yes.
It takes quite a long time every day, but I've been successful to a certain extent in that. So I'm really glad with that. And as part of it, the guy asked to do a collection of your inputs from 5 people that you know. So I sent it across the people that I know, and thankfully it went beyond 5. So I sent it like 7 people that are close and near to me, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the chance that I have people to send it over. It's not easy, yeah.
We're grateful for you, Ash. I'm really excited for you this year. I've got you on a good plan. You know, you guys are going to see the progression Ash is going to make. He's going into business now, and we're going to see him scale. He's going to build something great. Yeah. Well done, Ash. Community leader Ali, what you got for us?
So the
Just
biggest
a reminder, it's one genuine. Sorry, go ahead.
the big win is I woke up. So I went to sleep quite early last night. Woke up in the middle of the night, and I remembered all the context. I moved to Nottingham a couple of years ago, and like the hustle I was in when I was first like putting the business together, and like I remembered that feeling, and like how I was just just smashing out days, canvassing, like making so much, and like just the raw potential, and the main reason was I wasn't like afraid to burn out, and I think I built a bit of that fear back up, and then I remembered how much cooler it is if you don't care about that. You know, obviously I'm not saying don't be stupid, but yeah, if you don't care about that and just send it, like a lot of it has as a way of working out. So yeah, I would say I reconnected with a mindset. And then gratitude is just my body's just getting stronger, really consistently, and it's doing its own thing. So I'm grateful for my body, and I'm grateful for the physiotherapist too, for the exercises.
And I'm grateful to have this human forklift in the group because it motivates all of us to stay in the gym, boyo. I'm in there two times a week, man, right now, even doing my entrepreneurial push, just getting the inspiration and energy from SBG because this brute, yeah? If we're not careful, there'll be shifts in tectonic plates of this bad boy smashing deadlifts. So that keeps us all on our toes, just being better, which is what relentless execution is about. Thank you, Lena. Next, Rowan, one genuine win from you and one thing you're grateful from.
Yeah, so the win, probably my biggest win this week has been I meal prepped 26 tacos and a ton of potatoes. It's probably the biggest meal prep I've done. Honestly, I didn't even know how much I was making. I just kind of like decided like, I was going to um buy a bunch of ingredients and kind of see how much it made. And that's probably the first time I've also like not only meal prepped that amount, but also like done a meal prep in an entire session. Because like typically I'll be like, oh, this is too much time. Let me just split it up. But then I'll just like, oh, I have 5 avocados and 4 tomatoes. Let me just mix that. It'll make a certain amount. And then I have like 30 tortillas. So let me just use that. And I'm grateful for my mom because she helped like I did all of the like the prep work and whatever, but she helped with the tortillas. And I think having her there was just like nice and allowed me to get it done a lot faster and also like the motivation. But that was a good like foundational, I guess, meal prep to like set up, future sessions like, once or twice a week.
Beautiful. So you boyos know I'm doing a 2-day fast as of now. And all that's in my head is the unbelievably delicious meal prep that Rowan made. So thank you, Rowan, for that. Thank you. They used to call me Iron Will. And right now, that is being tested.
Yeah. So yeah.
I appreciate you,
Yeah.
man. Good, good, good. Alex, what you got? One win and one thing you're grateful for.
Okay. So one win is yesterday we did an exercise in class where it was like 50 Chinese passages you listen to and they ask you questions about them. So I remember we had to do the same thing last year and I didn't understand it at all or try to understand it or anything. And then this time doing it, I was actually trying to understand it and understanding it a little more. So it was still really hard, but it was at least, definitely a definite difference from when we did the same thing last year. So
Perfection. It will come, my man. Follow the plan. Get deeper into ketosis. Let go more psychologically. Every day, we just reprogram this, bringing our intent to enjoying study. With the biology getting healthier, focus, the prefrontal cortex locks back in. You're going to see it. Good. Powerful. Everyone shared. Everyone was open. And I'm grateful. What you appreciates. When you celebrate wins, you invite more wins in. It's just the law of the universe. When you are in abundance, more abundance flows. When you're thinking positively, opportunities out of nowhere come because they're all around. Every human being has tremendous potential. Every human, all of you can do level 10 things. All of you can achieve at an absurd level. You actually can. It's just here. You have to get it here. You have to be inspired here. You have to be convinced here. Because if once you get it in your head, you're around me all the time. I'm pulling off like ridiculous shit. All the time I'm pulling off moonshots because I just don't believe I can't. And that's really what it is. That's what this group is for. So when you start to reprogram your subconscious, you start to gain evidence. Wins and gratitude that we do in the group and the energy we put in our group every day, showing up, yeah? Every day, being in the container, you are the sum average of the 5 people you're around the most. It influences your psyche, yeah? And your brain doesn't know that it's behind a screen. Your brain doesn't know these relationships are virtual. Your brain thinks you're still in a tribe, and this is your tribe, and this is the kind of savages you. This is the driven, obsessive winners. This is the energy that your tribe animates, and you start to unlock these behaviors within yourself. That's why I've done this for 5 years now, and it's been win, 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 just going bigger and bigger and bigger, just by doing this stuff. So therefore, you guys should know every time you come to the calls, every time you come to one-on-one coaching with me, every check-in, every time we celebrate our wins together at the weekend, yeah, all we're doing as focused, locked-in men is teaching our nervous system more is possible, more is possible, more is possible, even if you feel it isn't. You all know my story. Look how hard this stuff was for me for years. It's possible just by one neural pathway at a time, one brain change at a time, one new thought at a time. Compounds, stacks. All right, boys? So, what we're going to get into today is that your results, your outer reality is actually a mirror of what's going on within. It is quite simply a mirror of your inner world. Those who are doing one-on-one intensive work with me, Rohan, when we're reading things like the Secrets of the Millionaire Mind, we understand that your imprinting, your belief system comes out into your reality, be it in your finances, be it in anything, right? Alex doing one-on-one with me. You know, your beliefs in your identity around this is hard, this is difficult, I'm not smart, whatever the case may be, manifests as actually struggling, right? When we let go and reprogram with a new intention that I like studying, I like absorbing great information. When we start to create that as an intention, all your behavior shift towards it. Because all of a sudden, you're not a person who struggles, you're a person who enjoys it. This is fun. Yes, I'm getting better. I'm getting better. That is the mentality of relentless execution. That is what we teach in this group. All of what we're trying to achieve is habits. Habits, nothing else. If you subtract the bad habits and add the right habits, you create success. It never, ever doesn't go this way. Yeah? So that's what we do here every day showing up as men. Most of our struggles happen not because of character, but because of things we've learned in our psyche that at some point maybe made sense under times of tremendous stress or difficulty or trauma, where it may not have been safe for you to expand. And here's the thing that you need to understand. Those imprints that you put into yourself, those decisions you make in the past under these really difficult circumstances, moments, all of you who are on my one-on-one, like we've explored this. Rohan, I'm not going to talk about it here, but we've explored things. Alex, we've explored things in the past where you made these decisions about the type of person you are or why this goes this way for you or whatever the case may be. They're decisions that get imprinted in your subconscious. And the subconscious isn't logical. It's emotional. It's not fundamentally logical. My subconscious, you all know, as you know, from my own example, was convinced that I was going to die a virgin. Yeah. Until 30, I actually believed that. I went on a journey, as you know, and obviously I've experienced a lot of abundance, a lot, and now I'm trying to find a partner. Ken, who's not here today, the boy king, his subconscious had the same pattern. And he got to 40. And you won't mind me saying this, because he's actually an incredible case study, and he's doing this work publicly with people. What we did with Ken was we shifted his subconscious. It was one-on-one work with me, convincing him that he could change. And now look at him. He's building a really interesting company. Like he's innovated. He's done something fucking phenomenal with his float tank, Jungian stuff. The guy's got the winning ticket, man. And through the work with me, he knows how to market and Song knows how to get clients. Ken's gonna crush. So therefore, we have self-image that gets stuck in time, in moments in time. And it will replay what it thinks it needs to replay for you to survive. But we're not here to survive. Life is not to be survived. Life is to be thrived. Life is to be let go of and experienced fully, magically, as an adventure. Not as a box ticking exercise. I don't even coach people like that anymore. There's a lot less structure in what we do here now. There's a lot more embodiment that we do now. Most of the work that we really do is in our subconscious, because once it's here, you're basically done with my program. Once you've really truly got it here, you just keep repeating and you'll win. So your patterns are not your enemies. Ash, your patterns are not your enemies. Alex, we talked about this yesterday. Your fears and patterns, they're not your enemies. Right? Alex, we talked about this on our call yesterday. Yeah? The big scary dates, they're not the enemy. They're not. They're not. Rohan, the things that you're working on, yeah, consistently, how many things we've had to work through in the past, yeah, they only ever brought you to the next level. They only ever made you a fantastically different human being from where you were. They've only made you a more valuable person in the world and more valuable member of the group, and more. You've changed yourself because these challenges were not the enemy. They were opportunities for growth and development. So therefore, if patterns are not the enemy, what they are is just outdated self-image, outdated ways of looking at things. I'm going to invite a minute, or we can extend to 2 now, of silent reflection amongst the group. And I'm going to lead with some questions. And I want you guys just to be grounded and present. You can close your eyes if you want. Take a breath. Exhale. And I want you to get grounded. And I'm going to guide you through some questions. Brothers, where do you reliably shut down, avoid, procrastinate? What feelings show up right before that happens? Maybe it's I don't want to do it. Oh, this is boring. Oh, I've got so much to do. Oh, I really have to do this today? But they don't have to do this. Why do I have to be showing up to do these things every day? What might that pattern be trying to protect you from? Where did it originate? Where did this tension first arise? When you started to no longer live in an adventure like you did when you were a kid, where life was ease, flow, and grace, and achievement was automatic. It just flowed until you learned that the world is a big scary place, and if you don't get the grade, and if you don't do this, and if you don't do that, and if you don't listen to your parents, this is going to happen. I don't want you to analyze it necessarily. I just want you to notice. Just feel and embody. Feel and embody. Okay? And now I'm going to bring the group back to being centered, back to holding space. I'm now going to ask a few questions and run a hot seat. Okay. If anyone wants to enter the hot seat, they can volunteer. Otherwise, I'll ask
Yeah, I can
a
volunteer.
man to step forward. You want to enter, Rowan?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Rowan is in the hot seat. Let's go. So, thank you for being brave. Thank you for being vulnerable. Thank you for stepping up. I deeply appreciate it. Rowan, my first question for you.
Okay.
What is the pattern that keeps showing up?
Well, I mean, avoidance, but also, I think high pressure situations trigger it a lot. So like, you know, I had a few freeze and shutdown situations this past week, and I was due to these like, expectations, I guess I put on myself for this 1 week work deadline. And so it automatically became high pressure. And so I just ended up avoiding for like most of the day. Then same thing with this winter storm. You know, I was basically like in a freeze shutdown for like 3 or 4 days a week ago. And it was just like I knew I needed to do some things to make sure that the house was safe, but I didn't do them and I missed those, you know, windows. And so I was putting all this pressure on myself. And so I just shut down. So
And let's go deeper. What do you think the freeze and shutdown is trying to protect you from?
not sure.
Okay, let's look.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Maybe we can give it a voice, Rowan.
Uh-huh.
Maybe if we say, if the freeze could speak, what would it be saying?
This is too risky, too dangerous.
There you go. Good. Beautiful. The emotion of fear.
Yeah.
Fear is a constricting emotion. Fear contracts because that's what fear does. All humans have the emotion of fear. If you didn't have the emotion of fear, you wouldn't be human.
Mhm.
Fear is evolved to protect us from a saber-toothed tiger, from a threat that might be in the environment, and it's designed to come on and off in a nanosecond. It can switch on and off really quickly. The problem in the modern world is because you are so intelligent and so adapted, and you've got this incredible nervous system, and you live in an environment where there isn't a saber-toothed tiger. When the emotion of fear switches on, your brain and body starts to try to find the threat. And when there isn't an immediate threat in the environment, what the brain and body then does is it goes internally and it starts to scan internally about the ideas, about the thoughts, about the neural pathways that bring you tension and stress. Oh, what if I don't meet this deadline? What if I'm not good enough? What if this happens? What if she doesn't like me? What if they don't want to be, what if they don't want to be emailed by me? What if this person doesn't want to receive my cold DM? What if this person doesn't want to receive my canvassing request? What if my offer that I'm building right now and the business course that I'm studying doesn't lead me to what I want to get? What if the language I'm studying right now, Chinese, is too difficult for me? What if? Tension, tension, tension. And when we get into tension, our evolutionary wiring can do a few things. It can fight, or it can flee, avoid, just this one else, this one else, this is boring, whatever. Or, interestingly, it can also freeze, because the evolutionary wiring also has genetic coding to survive ice ages, to survive scarcity, to survive famines. So when we have a fear response, it can trigger the freeze within us, which slows everything down, which brings our nervous system into numbness, and we just lock up and don't want to do anything. Very normal experience. Any high performance coach will tell you this is something a lot of my clients have struggled with historically. However, how we treat the freeze response is we sit with it, as Rohan does. He's very brave. He's very good at inner work. Very, very, very good and skilled individual. And instead of seeing the freeze as the enemy or something working against us, we just send a 1% shift that signals safety instead of threat. We focus on one thing that we have control over. We name the feeling, we pause, we sink into it, because change, as we all know, doesn't happen through force, ever. That is Neanderthal thinking. It's totally outdated. We don't do that in this program. Change happens when your nervous system feels safe enough to accept it. So, Ravi, in the freeze, in the experience of having that, next time it happens, what do you do?
Well, what I've learned, I mean, and what I did while I was in the freeze, I was in my bed and I had my phone, so I just bounce ideas off of it. I wanted to get out of it, I just didn't know how. And so, what I've learned through my experiences is the best thing to do is to get up, regardless of, maybe you don't know what to do next. You need to get up and go somewhere else because that's the next thing to do, not to think of what you need to do, at least for me.
No, good answer. Beautiful. Because you are now regaining your power, getting back into control, and not trying to force, not trying to plan the entire equation. Instead, letting it rebuild, letting your small, defiant act of courage radiate deeper into your nervous system. So your mind and body knows, I can trust him. He's in control. He's in charge. And it lets the reins be handed back to you. Slowly, but surely. Right? So, the pattern that you're becoming aware of, Rohan, is freeze. What's one way that as you accept this pattern in life, what's one way you're going to work with it?
I mean, just accept it. Like, even if it does happen, like, I mean, yeah, I think I put in my write up in the group. But basically I was like, I want 2 more freezes to happen at least because I know what to do. I just need to solidify it now. So really, I just need it for reassurance that, okay, from the first freeze that I had with the winter storm, I was able to recognize when it was happening, but it was like after like many hours that I recognized it was happening. With the second freeze that happened a few days ago, I was able to recognize it very quickly. So like because I already had that awareness. The tough part was, okay, now I need to figure out how to get out of it. So I figured out how to get out of it. Now for this next freeze, I want to be able to recognize it quickly and get out of it quickly because I know what to do. I just need more opportunities so I can practice that. And then one more for like the final, just to make sure I've got it figured out. So yeah, I'll just work with it.
I hear
Yeah.
that. I support that. And I want you to continue to embrace this challenge. And rather than seeing it as the enemy, see it as growth, a growth opportunity, because that is what it is. It is what it is. It always is, as you know. And I'm really careful of when we use language related to force. When we're using language like "get out of it," okay, think about that language. Like it almost implies that you're in sort of a straitjacket that you need to get out of, right? Whereas the nervous system never does these things to harm you. It is not a straitjacket. It is actually there trying to protect you, right? And therefore, whilst it does sound counterintuitive, force creates more force. Tension creates more tension. Even the language we use of "I've got to get out of this" keeps us stuck. You boys all know me. I was stuck for years in different areas of my life because I kept forcing. Power versus force, man. The way up the mountain has many ways. Force and hustle can get you up a bit. Yes, it can. I do not believe it gets you the keys to the kingdom. The keys to the kingdom come from flow, acceptance, letting go, and allowing the brain and body to manifest change. So we support you. We hear you. I acknowledge the amazing work you are doing. And what we as a group will do, we'll continue to witness you. We'll continue, when you share, when you express in the group, we're going to continue to witness it. Okay? And support you. And my recommendation, all of the change that you're going through, all of the process that we're manifesting here, it's what we call is habitual. It's creation of key habits that lead to change. Removing the harmful habits, which is often the things that we're doing that are related to instant gratification, watching porn, jerking off, smoking, drinking alcohol, staying up late, playing video games, eating junk food, not getting sunlight, not getting water, not going to the gym. All the negative habits, boys, carry a weight. They carry a weight. When you first start playing video games, you maybe play on the weekends, and then you start playing every day, and then you make friends with video gamers, and then you start going to bed later, and then your circadian rhythm's disrupted, and then you're not hanging out with your friends, and then you're watching porn, and then you develop it goes on and on and on. So when we're doing this work, all of us are doing this work, it is about removing the habits that aren't serving, removing the mindsets, reframing, and then doing the right things. All this company, Relentless Execution, is about is just doing the right things. That's all you ever have to do. That'll manifest everything. Rowan's example today on this call. When Rowan wanted to improve his sex life, he did that successfully. This dude killed it. I love this success story. Yeah, he got to where he was giving girls multiple orgasms. He's an achiever. Yeah, he came to me. He was a virgin, dude. He doesn't mind me saying that because me and him, we celebrate his success. This dude showed us what's possible just by doing the right things. And I'm proud of him, dude. Like he went from there to he went to all these events. Like just killed it. Just killed it, man. And it started just by this habit. Just by a habit of talking to people. Just bringing his intent. Amazing. And he does it in the group all the time. Yeah. So the same is going to apply here with you, Rowan. It's just going to be about sinking into this and creating a new habit, not of forcing it, dude, not of fighting it, going with it, reclaiming your autonomy and letting it pass through your nervous system in time. And what I promise you will happen, because you're now entering the positive stack, because you're doing a positive habit, it's going to bring with it all these amazing downstream things it always does. It's just all the things that lead to success and transformation, they are delayed gratification. We talked about this yesterday, Alex. All the things that get you to victory and produce amazing life success, they're delayed gratification. That's why you need to come in the call with me and do the group with me. So I keep reminding you. Delayed gratification is when Rohan goes away and install this new habit. And in the moment, it thinks like, this is nonsense. I have to deal with this, blah, 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 whatever his ego is saying. But 6 months down the line, his overall performance is at an entirely new level. All the things that he used to be struggling with he's ripping through, he's killing it, and he's happy, and he's got momentum, and it leads to all these amazing things. And I've got some interesting ideas for what I want Rohan to go into. We're exploring different things, but you're going to see that. And Rohan's example and what he's bringing to the call here today is a reminder that each one of these challenges we reframe and do the work on and install a new habit around, the delayed gratification will give you exponential returns. Yeah? When you first start getting up early and watching the sunrise, you don't get a benefit immediately. Now I've done that for 5 years. My benefit is it created massive transformations. From small things, you get these transformations. All right? So, Rohan, thank you. I want to reinforce that. And I want you to remember that awareness and sharing is the first step to true freedom. It's the first step to true transformation. Does that make sense? So share with us now, where are you at with it? What's coming up with you now?
I mean, everything you said resonated. So, I have no thoughts.
Beautiful. Which means it's really hit that your subconscious has been given a good calibration. I want you to ride with that, take it, and allow it to internalize, right? So thank you. Brave. Let's just recognize Rohan. Let's all just appreciate him. Yeah.
Thanks.
For coming on. Thank you, Rohan.
Yep,
We're going to hold space for you because you were vulnerable. You came. This is what Relentless Execution is about, right? Appreciate you, Rohan.
Thanks.
Okay. So now Rohan was in the hot seat. I want to just ask if any other man wants to enter the hot seat. Does any other man want to come in?
Yeah, I'll go.
Let's go, Ali. Community leader Ali, entering the hot seat. Thank you for being vulnerable. Thank you for being brave. Thank you for being back to absolutely mogging the chat with your lifts. We're happy to have you back lifting, buddy. Ali, same question that I had for Rohan. I'm now going to present to you the pattern. What keeps repeating for you?
So I've been doing my cleans, and I'm trying to transition straight into door knocking. Is the higher the volume on that I can get, I can just grow the business insanely fast. But I've been basically sitting in the van. It's been raining, and then I'll just kind of sit there and be like, it's raining. I'll find some busy work to do, and then it's, to be fair, it has been raining like non-stop, but yeah, then I'll go home instead of. I was thinking the other day, why don't I just take an umbrella, like look for ways to actually make it work? So it's that kind of, it's same with like a freeze of like accepting a minor setback and then slowing down. I would say that's the pattern. It's very very similar to the freezing.
Yeah. Firstly, thank you for bringing back memories of England. I do not miss the rain, but I appreciate you soldiering through it. I'm going to be very grateful for the sun I have here in Mexico for now. And you have just touched on an amazing growth opportunity for yourself. What you shared here was powerful because you recognized what is happening. And if we were to give it a name and the phenomena that you're explaining a name, we'd call it resistance. The force of resistance, a universal force that is timeless, that is part of humanity, and that is a force that, if you don't become aware of it, keeps people small. The average man or woman, their life is buffeted by this phenomena of resistance. But the high performer, which is what we all are in relentless execution, the high performer is marked by one thing. We're able to pull the trigger. That's really it. That's genuinely it, boys. We are just, we re-engineer our belief system, our identity, our biology, our nervous system. We recalibrate everything to just pull the trigger and do it. That's it. That's all we're doing in this work. Because to get what you want, Ali, it's often unbelievably simple. It's just pulling the fucking trigger and doing it, and doing it, and doing it, and doing it. But for you to unlock that, as we always see on the call, it's just the subconscious recalibration. Just we have to work on your mindset a little bit. We do the accountability. We all just work on layer by layer, and all of you are going to get your breakthrough. So Ali's example here. Let's go deeper, Ali. You know there is an opportunity there. You know you could scale the business beautifully, and you will. And we want you to, and we're going to enjoy that success, all of us together. But you're noticing yourself do something automatically, which is stay in the van and tell yourself, well, it's raining, so on and so forth. Got a question from you. What is that pattern trying to protect you from?
I don't know. I think it's trying to protect me from boredom and just feeling like, again, like the delayed gratification. Because it is kind of like just walking around in the rain, like picking up hundreds of those, getting your yeses. It's that kind of, it's not, it's rewarding, but it's not fun. It's that kind of, it's like eating vegetables. It's that kind of similar feeling. So it just kind of adds up. And then I think to transition to that, like over that hump in the middle of the day, which is always when I finished up, so I'm getting out there. That's what's causing me to really kind of like drag and not get back in the flow. So yeah, maybe protection from boredom, and then if it same with Rohan's, if it said something, it would probably say like, just come back tomorrow, do it tomorrow. That's the feeling.
Yeah. The emotion of fear, boys, takes many forms, manifests in different forms, manifests with different labels. Fear distorts. It's a lens that once it rumbles in your subconscious, from that subconscious switch that comes on in a nanosecond, the consciousness churns and comes up with these decisions. Oh, this is boring. Why would I wander around doing this? Why would I do that? Oh, I can't be bothered to run around with them, umbrella up and scurrying around to get a yes. Hundreds of doors to get a yes. Oh, what a bother. Can't I just wait till it's not raining? Here's the thing. Fear lies. This lies. Our mind has an unbelievable power to convince and persuade us that things are true. Let's take the example of Rohan. Rohan started in Relentless Execution. Back then it was called Iron Will, Hardcore Accountability. When Rohan started, he genuinely didn't believe he could be consistent with anything. He genuinely didn't believe he can show up. He genuinely didn't believe he could achieve. He was like, well, I'm not sure. I've not done it in the past. And what we've seen, like, even in today's call, like, his habits are coming together. His frame of mind, he's worked very hard on himself to become a fundamentally different human. And he is. And he's going to keep going, and he's going to absolutely smash it. But his mind had these fears. All of my guys have these fears, and the mind speaks. It transmutes fear, because fear is an emotion. It doesn't have a language. It transmutes it into these conscious concepts of, this is boring. I don't know if I can do this, that, the other. But all of these patterns have their base in emotions of fear or anger. And from those deeper emotions come all these patterns. Okay? So the elucidatory work we're doing here, and the thing that I need to always remind you guys of, is everything that you're getting stuck in, right? All blocking factors. It's quite simple. You've got an emotional leak which stops you pulling the fucking trigger. That is it. Force doesn't work, boys. I'm not telling you, just go. You've got to reframe, reconceptualize, let go. You can't play fear's game. It's, Ali, your fear is telling you it's boredom, but it's not. Because, want me to prove it? Your conscious mind knows if you knocked enough doors, you win. Your conscious mind knows if you did enough cold calls, you'll win. You actually know that. But it's not happening. And this is why this business exists. 80% is just pulling the fucking trigger and doing it. And if you did that enough, you'd win. But why we all get stuck is because of subconscious calibration, reminding, refresh, just the work we have to do here to get you out the gate. That's the game. So back to you now, Ali. Yeah, it was a good example to teach. But, Ali, do you agree with this statement that if I was to clone you and to produce SBG 2.0, SBG 2.0 is an absolute silverback gorilla, right? But I've tweaked it to where his base subconscious fear is virtually non-existent. Like SBG 2.0, if I give him a plan, he doesn't even think, he just does it. It's like Forrest Gump. He's like, well, I'm going to go run now. And he just becomes a world champion athlete. You know, or I'm going to start this business. And he just builds a fucking empire. Like, that is what happens when our subconscious fear isn't there. So that example of SBG 2.0, effortless execution, doesn't even care. It doesn't even cross his fucking mind that there's something to think about. Do you think that person would generate leads in the rank?
Yeah,
Yes, you would. Yeah,
he'd
I
be
know.
he'd be on like 10K months easily right now. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that's all of us. So good. He'd be on 10K months easy right now. Yeah, good. So, question. Do you really think it's boredom then?
Yeah, maybe it's just habit, I guess.
Yeah. I disagree. Because your conscious mind just said, I would be on 10K months easy right now. Does anyone believe that he's stopping himself from making a beautiful 6 figures because of a bit of boredom?
No.
I don't think the emotion of boredom stops a guy fucking killing it. You've got there's a little fear there, buddy. Somewhere. There's a little fear. But that's normal. It's not logical. It's not rational. None of this is. It's not a debate. It's just, these are decisions that happen in the subconscious. This is why we have to like reprogram it all the time. All the time, boys. It's just to work. Until you've got your goals, that's what we're going to be doing all year this year. So with that being said, SBG, let's look at it this way then, yeah? The next time it's hammering it with rain, which given your location is going to be 25 minutes from now, what is a 1% shift, yeah? That just signals self-love, safety, instead of boredom.
If I start physically moving, I think that'll like really it'll loosen the tension up. Then I can move from just moving a little bit. I could just walk out the van, like walk around the back, pick up the leaflet bag, put it on. I don't know, like walk around the van a little bit, and then I'm moving. So I think that's probably maybe it's like a
Beautiful.
surface level fix, but it'll probably get me over that initial hump, definitely.
Beautiful. Yes. Yes. And in terms of how we can support this, I think, Alex, where you are, SBG, it is the lead gen. It's just the volume and consistency now for you. That's what we're working on with you, yeah? So all your intent has to be in the group every day. Just bring your intent to just bring 1% more peace to lead gen, 1% more love for lead gen, 1% more sincere joy for lead gen. Because once that enters your mind, you're gonna be unfucking stoppable. It's a decision. It's cult indoctrination. Once it is in here, you cannot be stopped. Want to know how I know this? I did it. You guys are, those of you who know, and I will just drop a little plug, I'm going to be writing my book, which is just going to be documenting my self-improvement journey. You guys will get it for free, but people will be paying for that because it's going to be a very powerful book. And back in the day when I was doing my extreme hustle to change my life, I decided I'm going to cold approach 4 hours a day, Ali, right? And when there was a actual thunderstorm, I approached. There was only a postman out, but I talked to them. We're on no sleep, on like going out and partying, there just wasn't anything that could actually stop me. You want to know how I did it? I just decided I'm going to get out the door. And that was it. If I didn't speak to a single person, fine. I just had the intent. I did that for like more than 365 days, 4 or 5 hours a day. And it was just a decision. It wasn't stressful. It was not hard. It genuinely wasn't. It was just like, well, I want it. So the same applies for you right now, right? All you have to do is make a 1% shift towards embracing this. Name the feeling. Ask the group. Do the thing totally imperfectly. Do the thing totally, as we say, give yourself permission to suck. Beautiful concept. Learn from a first mentor. Give yourself total permission to suck. And if you do that, as we were talking about previously when we were exploring with Rohan, habits, making things habitual, all of what we do in relentless execution is habitual. Once it's become habitual, you are a fucking dangerous weapon. Once it's become habitual, success is virtually there. Habitual means wired. Habitual means trained into your nervous system. That's all I need to convince you to do. And then you've got your goal. Like, basically, once I've built that neural pathway in your brain, it's instant millionaire. Instant millionaire. That's how you want to think about it. coming down to the concept of delayed gratification, yes, it's going to take time for that money to be in your physical bank account, but that's how delayed gratification works. But once it's habitually wired, instant millionaire. Just like how when Rohan, really back in the day, was struggling, once he habitually wired just going out and doing a social rep, instant sex life, instant loss of virginity, instant multiple orgasms, instant like going to all these events, instant having fuck buddies, instant changing his life, instant learning. Oh my God, I can actually achieve now. Oh, I can break through all my barriers now. Instant going deeper, deeper. He's more confident. You can just see how he shows up now. He's more expanded. That happened because he just made it habitual. So with you, SPG, the 1% tweak, yeah, is just about the next time it shows up, Ali, what are you going to do?
Yeah, just move through it really slowly, and then just give myself permission to, even if I'm like out for 10 minutes and I've got to like get the umbrella out, that's still good. That's still an opportunity, and it's still building the habit. And the habit's more important than the actual results, because I know the results. I've proven the system works last year. Like, it works really, really easily. So if it's just building the habit, then it's just going to be like, I'll just be rich, and like, it'd be pretty fucking cool. So yeah.
Yeah. Yes, you will. Yes, you fucking will. And then we're going to kill even bigger, buddy. But here's the thing then. You now are witnessed by the group. We all support you. We all hear you. We are there every day with you to make this 1% shift. All you have to do is come to the group, check in. Good morning, boys. And today, all my intention is to enjoy lead gen today. Because I know once it's habitual, I've unlocked the key to the universe. There's only one pathway stopping you from making untold riches. One pathway. The universe already wants it for you. It's already there. It's already manifesting. As my words are coming through to you, your brain is already rewiring to accept this reality. Now, what we're going to do as a group is witness you every day and say, yes, Ali, we are so excited for you. Yes, Ali, we give you our emotional support. Yes, Ali, we cannot wait to see the SBG at the top of the mountain, loving life. Because through you winning, you inspire countless others. That's how this world works. Okay? Yeah. So that's a commitment that we can make now, Ali. And every time we show up, not with perfection, I just need intent. All I ever need is, it's my intent today. That's it. I don't need anything else. Because once we know the what, the how takes care of itself. I don't even need to see how it unfolds because I know it's going to happen. The road is always meandering. But it's the intent. The intent enters here, and every aspect of how the dots have to connect themselves takes care of itself. That's not your job. That's not my job. That's not the group's job. Your job is just intent. So can you make a commitment to just bringing that as your intention?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yes, SBG. Yes, beautiful. And in terms of the support in the group, how can we really witness you and help you unfold this?
If I do my morning post, my priority today is lead gen, which it should be every day till I'm at like 500 odd customers. Then I can just put that, then put my actions taken towards it, and
That's it. That's it. The magic will happen, buddy. The magic always happens. That's how all of these boys have been crushing it like this. There's not a single guy in my program who hasn't made magic happen. And you're next. Ken is next. Alex is next. Rohan is next. Ash is next. I'm next. Because we just know how the world works. We just manipulate reality. That's all we do. We just step in and manipulate reality. And once we notice the pattern, we joyfully interrupt it. No force, no pressure, no perfection. All we need to do when we show up, boys, is remember who we are when we're not driven by fear. That is it. Remember who we are, even for a split second. That's enough to shift your reality of who you are when you're not driven by fear. Notice, interrupt, and allow a new pattern and a new program to begin. All right, boys? We have honored each other's inner world today in a very powerful group call. And I want to thank SBG for taking the hot seat. Thank you, SBG, for being so honest, so open, so vulnerable. We all recognize you, SBG, and your gargantuan traps and your unstoppable lats and your 17.5-inch biceps. You are a legend, and we're grateful to have you and Ash on our program as our community leaders doing the work in the trenches every day, which is what Relentless Execution is about. Thank you, Ali. Right.
Thanks. That was powerful.
Yes, indeed. Boy, is always powerful in here. We blow the roof off. We're always going to elevate because that's what we do. To close off, gentlemen, we build brotherhood and we change our subconscious just through witnessing each other. Yeah? Safe space, dropping our ego. All of us are on a journey together, and all of the change process, the struggles, the ups and downs, that the divine intelligence that we need to get our clues. Failure doesn't exist. Is a concept I don't even recognize in reality. To be honest, it is an irrelevant thing for me. Intent exists. Intent. Bring it. Once it's in here, it will manifest out here. Trust me. You know me. You boys been with me from the start. 300-pound housebound agoraphobic is living on the beach of Mexico, man. That's all it ever takes. So now, brothers, I want you to leave our space clearer, calmer, and more self-directed, and just allow the work we did here today to just let it sink into the subconscious. I always recommend guys go for an hour walk or something, because I've shifted your internal state. Let it crystallize. One neural pathway at a time. And eventually you build that habit. And that's all we need to do, boys. So, this wasn't just a brotherhood call. This is recalibration we're engaged in, brothers. And I want to thank you all and wish you a powerful weekend. And I'll see you all bright and early Monday for another week of Relentless Execution. So thank you, boys.
Read,
Thank you.
Thank you, boys.
Oh,
Pleasure being with you.
okay.
Take care. See you next week.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.